Hey, welcome back to the vlog, as it is a vlog and not a talking head. Well, welcome back to the vlog. As you can see here, we are setting up for another school production. This is a different school though, and this is actually maybe about a few weeks after we got our van, so still hyped about the van, and to this day we're still hyped about the van. I will ask this question though. Any of you who do have a production cart and you cart around these flags, right? These 4x that you see here. How do you cart them around, right? Because we're putting them on our post risers there in the corner, so this way we could just walk around with one solid piece. But it's just so bulbous on the cart. So I'm just wondering if any of you have a better way to carry them around. See if we can get some suggestions and see if we can make our life a little bit easier. But hey, it beats having to go back to the van every single time we need to use them. But anyway, as you can see, I'm squatting down there. I'm just trying to center up for the person who's actually going to be in that spot. But we actually did something for this school a while back. And again, as I'm asking these questions about the flags and the diffusion, the 4x, we're carrying them around because of, as I've talked about in previous vlogs, they make a difference. And as a matter of fact, for this school, the last time we shot for them, it was the first time that Josh had purchased the Sony, so he was just trying to figure it all out. If any of you have been shooting with Sony for a while, you know that the old Sonys you had to overexpose by 2 stops and then bring it down in post. And in this case, with these new Sonys that we're shooting in S-Log 3, which is the FX30, FX3, FX6, you don't have to overshoot. You don't have to shoot 2 stops over. You shoot right on the line. And so it was a difference. And the old footage was, well, let's just say it wasn't as good. And that's kind of how we did a lot of our things, where we would, for stuff like this, where it was on the fly, run and gun, let's go get it done. And, we're going to be using our large sensor DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, versus what a lot of schools can do for themselves. And so we would run around and put them in shade and shoot them in the shade, or we would come in and put them in a room like this, and we would just shoot them, get them close to a window and shoot them. And the background would blow out, highlights would just be gone. And so as we're looking back at the stuff that we've done for them before, and we're looking at what we just produced here, it's night and day. It is night and day, and we're very happy that we've upped our production game, and we're very happy that we can actually show the client, like, look, this is what you paid for. You did get charged a higher price, and I've talked about pricing before on my channel, but this is why they got charged the higher price, simply because we're bringing an extra man. It's not just a one-man band. We're adding lights, we're adding diffusion, we're adding all these different things to spice up and make it look like a better image. And for those of you out there who are freelancers, you can always hire another freelancer. You can hire a PA, a production assistant. I was about to say personal assistant, a production assistant, to come and help you move some things around. And if the person actually knows what they're doing on the camera, then they can also help you film. But the bottom line is, if you can charge the right amount, then you can hire a PA, and the PA can help you move all this stuff around, cart all this stuff around, because it's a lot to carry. But it could up your production value. Thus, you can charge more money. So anyway, that's why we're doing what we're doing. As you can see here from some of the examples, it is a night and day difference, and it looks so good and looks so much better, and I'm very happy with what we're doing. Now, I will say this to take into account. Like I said, it was Josh's almost first time shooting on the Sony, so the exposure was a little bit different, because he was used to shooting with Black Magics for a long time. And with the Black Magics, they had a good latitude. They had some good dynamic range, as well as these cameras do. But again, it was just learning. As a matter of fact, I don't remember if it was the FX3 he was shooting with, or if it was the A7C Mark I, which is not. We were shooting in S-Log 2 with those cameras, not with S-Log 3. So again, just a different game now. We have different equipment, different skill set, and it's just looking a whole lot better. And so really happy with how that's all coming out. And these shoots that we were doing, again, this could be very run and gun with just a camera, a gimbal, or a camera on some sticks and a lav mic, and stick them in the shade and do the interview. But no, we wanted more. We wanted this to look good and to stick out, to so we could stick out from amongst the crowd as this video maker market is getting crowded. We want to make sure that we stand out above the crowd so that we can get hired continually. So especially right here, this diffusion that we're using is this is the polysilk. I almost got confused. This is a polysilk, and just as you look here on the monitor, look how it's just on her skin tones. It's a perfect fall off from highlights to the shadows. And yeah, the background was a little bit hot, and so what I ended up doing in post was creating a mask with a 300% feather, so that you really couldn't tell, because I've seen people create masks and it's so close to the talent that it's like they're glowing, and then the rest of it gets dark. The rest of the background gets darkened. For what I did was I created a 300% feather. You could hardly see it at all, and the background is nicely even. Here was a little bit better, a lot more balanced. Again, that's why I'm loving the stuff that we're using. Sure, we can use 5-in-1 reflectors, but what we're using with the C stands and everything like that, we could just lock them into place, put the sandbag on it, and we're ready to go. So we've been liking that so far. But we have been talking about toying around with some 5-in-1 reflectors and seeing if that can make us faster. We know it can make us lighter, right? We could just fold it up and put it in the cart and move to the next spot. So we are going to definitely toy around with that, but we'll see what's coming up here in the near future. But as usual, the FX6, the workhorse, is out there doing its job. And I gotta say that I'm very happy with that camera. If you've watched any of my latest videos, I'm over here talking about how I'm tempted with the Canon C70, tempted with the Black Magic Pixis, but I mean, the cameras that we have, they're excellent. They created excellent cameras, and it's like, if you created a tool that does the job well, why go out and change it? Unless you're like, well, I'm stagnant, I'm bored, and I want something new to inspire me. That makes sense. People will do that, and we've done that before. I've definitely done that in my career, where I've bought a new camera. But the crop of cameras that we have now are so good. There's not much more than I want from a camera. It's more of what I need from me, right? And some little add-ons here and there that can help the image look better or would help my workflow to go faster. But other than that, there's not much to it. So anyway, as usual, these time lapses are growing shorter and shorter, simply because it doesn't take that long to get in and out of the car anymore. All right, we're taking some time today to work on this van. What we're planning to do is insulate it. I've actually tried to shoot some vlogs in the front seat, and this thing is making so much noise. I'm like, skip it. So we're gonna insulate this portion.
Hi. It sounds terrible.
So that we're gonna take this thing out and try to insulate it with what is it, Josh?
Well, we have a couple different options. We got different kinds of foam. We got different blankets, weather stripping. We're just gonna figure out what works.
Yeah. So, we've been talking about maybe using different shelving, but gosh, man, when it comes with this and it's so solid, you kind of don't want to get rid of it. So we're figuring things out right now.
And if you buy these shelves from an outfitter, they're like $500 a piece. So it's like, they're not bad shelves in any way. And I'm like, okay, we could pull them out and sell them for something and put our own shelves in that are adjustable, which can do, but these are also adjustable too. There's holes everywhere. Like, we can move these shelves up and down. They're not as flexible as, Home Depot shelves or whatever, and they don't go as high. Pros and cons, but you know what? They're here.
Yep, they're here. So I figured I'd put this in the vlog. I was actually doing something again for my other YouTube channel, and I like to do this quote-unquote book light that I've been telling you guys about, where I set up this umbrella shooting into the silk with my 600D, and then I shoot into the 4x. And what that does, it creates a really soft light. The last time I did my my YouTube channel in the living room, I did not use that. I used one of my little soft boxes, my double diffuse soft boxes, and it didn't go so well. So it looked very sourcey. And so when I use this one, it just looks so soft, so natural. You could say it's motivated simply because there's windows all the way around me, but there's no way you could tell that in my angle.
So this is my A7S III rig, and this is my 28 to 75, and I usually put a V-mount on here because I take forever recording, so I might go through one battery and have to change it at some point because I just leave it going the whole time and I'm recording and whatnot. Well, I charged all my V-mount batteries, but I had charged another set and I just left them sitting there. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on there. The monster V-mount is going on this little guy just cause it was sitting there. Look at that thing.
I gotta say though, this is gonna be, this setup here is probably gonna be one of my last for my YouTube channel, because I always like budget. Oh, it's gonna be an hour of setup time, and it ends up being more than an hour because I have to move couches around, bringing all this extra junk out. Where if it was just like, hey, I'm just gonna put this camera on and start recording, I ended up doing like 4 reviews for 4 different pair of boots, and it ended up taking me like 3 total hours with setup, with making the videos, and then tear down, because I'm trying to do it like in between my work day. So I'm like, okay, I got some editing to do. I'm going to take some time, shoot this, and get right back to editing. And yeah, it took 3.5 to 4 hours out of my day. So that's not something that I want to do. And that's the results. That's how it looks. I think that looks pretty soft. No hot spots on my face or anything like that. And this is also what it looks like when I push the couches out of the way and use the same lighting for the on-foot portion of my reviews. So yeah, that's it for this vlog. I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully you tune in, and hopefully I can share some stuff with you.